Hello, and thank you once again for joining me on the 30-day mental diet. We are almost in the home stretch, and we're at day 27. Our lesson today is stop being sick. And on the subheading, it says ill health can be a habit. So let's dive right into this lesson and let's go right into the introduction. Just as some people are said to be accident prone, that is, they are always having unfortunate things happen to them, so it is with others in relation to their health. They always seem to be sick, and not always with the same thing. These are the people who fill the doctor's offices. The medical man provides relief for one ailment only to find the patient back in a very short time with something else wrong with him. In spite of all that medical science does for him, he insists on something being wrong. Illness can become a habit which will manifest itself in almost any part of the body. Wow. So I'm sure you might know someone like this. Someone that always seems to be sick. And they might recover from one thing and then something else comes along and they're sick again. And then there's some people that seem like they have no time to be sick. And no matter what, if they have a cold today, 2 days it's gone. If something's wrong with them today, some ailment, it's gone right away. And then some people just never seem to be sick. And let's dive in to the next paragraph. It says something is wrong. In the middle of the paragraph, it says there is little or nothing a doctor can do to save a person's life if the individual has no desire to live. The pattern of his thinking is wrong. And as to the manner in which he thinks, this is something that no one can do anything about except the person himself. So here it is. It's an incredible thing. We had spoken in one of the earlier lessons about how the body creates cells, and the cells are constantly making corrections to our body and fighting off diseases. If we break a bone, the body sends cells and platelets and red blood cells and white blood cells to the area and all the nutrients it needs to rebuild the bone. Anything that is wrong with the body will constantly fight to survive. But the doctor here is saying that if a person loses their will to live, there is nothing they can do. Think about it. If you know someone that is constantly down, constantly depressed, those people are also constantly ill. In fact, a person that is ill all the time, constantly sick, if you look closely, there has to be something going on in their head. They may be secretly depressed. They may have something that is bothering them, that they're ruminating on 24/7, and they can't seem to let it go. Something negative might be happening in their life. They might be involved in negative relationships, and these things are manifesting in the body. Let's move on. Escape from illness. Large numbers of individuals develop illness as an escape mechanism to keep from doing things they do not want to do, or receive attention from others that they feel they need. Wow. So there's actual people that develop illnesses in their bodies, conditions, because they're seeking attention. Wow. or they're trying to get away from doing certain tasks. I'm amazed at that. But that there is a mental condition. The person might have a codependency, and they know that if they are fitting well, the person that they're codependent with may send them on their way. This is something. So it shows really that what's going on in our head is a very, very, very important precursor to what's going on in our body. Let's move forward. Patterns of experience. I'm at the paragraph that says patterns of experience. If your thinking embodies concepts of illness, your body readily accommodates you by being ill. The reverse is also true. If you are healthy and desire to remain so, you will not entertain in any way the thought that illness is part of your experience. You know, I was telling you before in a previous lesson that we were dealing with health, is that you will notice that some people that are involved in certain endeavors, maybe it's a business endeavor, it may be a sports endeavor, they may have some goal that they're pushing towards. These people do not have time to be sick. They wouldn't even entertain the thought of sickness because they are moving towards a goal. They're very active in their life, and they refuse to let illness take them off the playing field of life. There are people with that type of attitude. And when you adopt that type of attitude that I am too busy to be sick, your body must respond to that thought, because you have a goal, or you have a mission that you're on right now, and I'm pushing towards that mission, and I have no time for ill health. So this body has to respond and keep me healthy, keep me strong, keep me energetic, because I am pushing forward towards this mission. I'm moving forward towards this goal. This is all first cause is mental. So this mental attitude towards myself and towards my body and towards yourself and towards your body will make your body respond in like manner. We're in the same paragraph. Miraculous recoveries of individuals who should by all rights have died. They wanted to be healthy and live. Conversely, individuals who encounter a minor illness often die when there is no medical reason for them to do so. I was talking with someone about his father. His father passed away many years ago, and the father passed away on the exact same day that the father buried his wife. And when the doctors performed the autopsy, they said there was nothing wrong with this man's body. This man died of a broken heart. And it was the first time I've heard the term before, but I've never known anyone to die from a broken heart. And I remember I was speaking with the father when he was preparing, and you can see he was very, very troubled and very, very depressed on the loss of his wife. So this gives validity to what the doctor says, is that you have to have the will to live. The will to live is what keeps you alive. The will to live is what keeps you healthy. And this is an important thing, because the will has to do with your mental pattern of thinking. You must have a reason that you want to be alive. You must have a reason why you have no time to be ill. And that reason and that motivation factor is a first cause, and it starts right here in your mind and in your thoughts. Let's move on. Same paragraph, patterns of experience. You alone appear to be responsible for the way your body is functioning. End of paragraph. Next paragraph says, get out of your way. It has been indicated that illness is approximately in approximately 95% of the people can be traced to mental and emotional causes. Whoa, let's read that again. Let's read that again. Left alone, the body can pretty well take care of itself. But if in ignorance you let your thinking behave in a wayward manner, it causes nothing but grief. It has been indicated that illness in approximately 95% of people can be traced to mental and emotional causes. We had spoken in one of the previous lessons about the people that are around us. If you are in relationships that does not lift you up, if you are around people that does not edify you, if you are in a toxic relationship, if you are in a job that you really, really hate, this is what the first cause of many of the illnesses that you have. Many of the conditions that plague us, we can pretty much look in our sphere, look at the people around us, looking in our environment, and we can pretty much see this is why we're ill. Take a mental stock of the people that you're around all the time. Are they uplifting you? Take a mental stock of your vocation. Do you love this job? Or do you really hate this job? And when you come in, do you feel a knot in your stomach? Anytime you feel that is not good, think about this, because it's saying here that 95% of the illnesses can be traced to something mental and emotional. Now, remember when I was speaking to you about affirmations, any thought that you hold in your mind with passion and emotion must manifest in your world. So if you have negative thoughts that you are emotionally attached to, you have negative people that you get a pain in the pit of your stomach and you tighten up, and you're around these people too long, this is the cause. This is the cause, and this is why I said, do some house cleaning, see who is around you, who's in your sphere of influence, which is causing you to manifest these things in your life. Okay, let's move forward. Start to get well. If you are ill, or if you want to keep from getting ill, carefully and honestly examine your consistent way of thinking. There needs to be literally a mental house cleaning which discards all ideas that are opposed to a full, rich enjoyment of health. You need to create a new picture of yourself, a picture that contains the best that life has to offer in the way of health. And creating this new picture is not very hard. But it may mean that you have to do some serious house cleaning. You may hang out with people that drink a lot, and you know you and the these people might hang out, and you end up drinking a lot with them, which in turn affects your health. Maybe these people, they're smoking or they're doing drugs, and you know you can probably, you want to stop smoking or you want to stop doing drugs, but because you're associating with these people, you seem to get pulled in. Now, why can't you associate with people that work out, that jog, or that ride bike, that play tennis? These people may not do those things that are detrimental to their body. And by you hanging out with those people, you'll start to take on their habits and their behaviors. So this is why I said the mental house cleaning is important. Also, you might be, like I said before, you might be in a vocation or a relationship that you really need to get out of. For once you get out of that relationship, you will find that you feel more free, you feel light as a bird, less stress, less headache, and your body will respond in kind. Let's move forward. Lack of conflict. I'm in the middle of the paragraph, lack of conflict. One of the most important things is discarding disease is to stop complaining about it. Cease focusing your attention on it. What you give your attention to is augmented and promoted. So we spoke about this before, and it's very, very important because we tend to dwell on certain things. It's very hard when you're ill not to dwell on the illness, because the illness is in the body and the body's constantly drawing you to that pain or to that discomfort that you're feeling. You have to first always create a picture of yourself. Even though you're going through it in your body physically, you must create a picture and see yourself on the other side. See yourself healthy. See yourself strong. See yourself energetic. This is very, very important even when you're going through discomfort in the body. And it says, as long as your thoughts dwell on illness, you have little chance to escape from it. And you are in the running battle with life, which always seeks to express itself in you in a normal, healthy manner. There is a need to mentally stop rejecting what you say you want. So, you focus on illness, you're going to get illness. If you focus on health, you're going to get health. So when you pray and when you make your affirmations, sickness should not be in the sentence. I do not want to be sick. Because by saying I do not want to be sick, you're focused on sickness. But when you focus on and use the words I am healthy, now you're focused on health. So I've said this over and over. The thing that you're focusing on, you're drawing to you. So anytime you put in your affirmations that I don't want to be sick, you're affirming sickness. No, I am healthy. Claim it now, because God lives in the everlasting now. He cannot deal with the past or the future. It is now. I am healthy right now. Put it in your affirmations and don't focus on sickness, because that word shouldn't even come out of your mouth. Let's move forward. And I'm at the last paragraph. Health is an inside job. You need to have a will to live, a desire to be healthy. Such attitudes must be continually, not just occasionally, maintained. Get out of the habit of entertaining thoughts to the contrary. When you are able to do this, you automatically discard causative and sustaining patterns of thinking for which the most part have been responsible for your illness. So it's just what I just said. Exactly what I said. Do not entertain thoughts to the contrary. Never entertain those thoughts. And by doing that, if you are healthy, you will remain healthy. And if you are feeling discomfort and ill health in your body, then your body, because you won't entertain those thoughts anymore, and you're focused on getting healthy, first cause is mental, and you have planted a seed and you're building towards the health that God has God has given to you and He has promised to you. Okay, let's move over to the diet. This is a good diet, and before I read the diet, in fact, I want to read the scripture that's related to this chapter, and it's found in Colossians 3 verses 10. And in that scripture it says, "Put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him." So when you're putting on a new man, what we're really saying is that put on a new frame of thinking. The new man thinks differently. So you have to decide that I'm going to be a new man and new woman from this day. So if ill health is always plaguing you, today say, I'm going to put on a new man. And the new man has a new thought pattern. And that new thought pattern is a pattern of only health. That's what you're focused on. But let's go to the diet and let's read the diet together. Life, which resides at the center of my being and is what I am, ever seeks to express itself fully, normally, and naturally as healthy activity in my body. I no longer fight its action within me, but I accept all that it is. There is no illness in life, God, and there is no necessity that I should experience illness. I let go of illness and accept health. I convince myself mentally and emotionally that health is mine to experience, and I accept it as my experience. I get my negative thinking out of the way. I cease entertaining concepts of myself as being other than healthy, and remove ideas which have nourished and sustained illness. My thinking is continually patterned after those ideas which are for my greatest good, and they are reflected in every cell, organ, and function of my body. Whatever needs to be done to reestablish my body's normal action is being done now, so that my body perfectly expresses the perfect pattern which is its source. All is well in God's world. This I accept as my physical experience, and all unlike is now ceased to be. I start to live life to experience a new surge of vigor and joy. Wonderful affirmation. And like we have said, we have been focusing these last few days on health. This is what the focus in the last couple of days of the 30-day mental diet. And, you know, we're going through a worldwide pandemic right now, and a lot of people are focused on ill health. I'm urging you, doing the 30-day mental diet, to turn off the television. We have 3 more days. Move away from media. Focus your mind on the goals, on the visions of your life. Focus your life on only positive affirmations. Create affirmations for yourself. Create affirmations that has to do with your health, your wealth, and your spiritual condition. Create them in the positive and in the now, using the eternal phrase, I am. Whether it's I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am wise. I tell you over and over, God only deals with everlasting now. This is what you need to do right now during this time. We have 3 more days, and I really want us to push forward towards the end of the 30-day mental diet. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And the last couple of days as we move towards the Passover, I really want us to finish strong. Okay? So I want to thank you for joining me on the 30-day mental diet. If you like this material, please give me a thumbs up. And I love to read your comments, and I will answer some of your comments in the comments below. And thank you, and I'll see you again tomorrow on the 30-day mental diet.